wanted to talk to you about something that really came up for me today. And this is about being unsatisfied, not being, feeling satisfied with different parts of your life. Because usually, like I've told you before, if you divide your life in different things, in different categories, some categories you're more pleased than others, right? Maybe sometimes when you are very pleased with your work, it might affect the fact that you're not putting that much time with your family. For example, it doesn't have to be that way, but just for an example. So if you think to yourself, or if you want to write down, it's even better. What things in your life are you not satisfied right now? And the thing is that there are so many people out there that are not satisfied, but the only thing they do is complain. I don't know if you feel that might be you, maybe. Um, but the thing is that if you're not satisfied, do you think complaining will get you anywhere? Because if you are not satisfied with something, you are the one that is supposed to do something about it. You have to take the step to do something about whatever reason it is that you're not satisfied. And here comes the thing about us having this picture of how things should be, and that picture not being as you expect it to be. That's what often makes us unsatisfied. And there are so many people that that work and have worked in the same company or whatever, and you just feel how unsatisfied they are, but they don't try to do anything about it. And it's like, why go around and complain and be bitter, and not, instead of doing something about it? Because like I keep saying, you only have this one life, so do the best out of it. So instead of being that nagging kind of person that is not satisfied and is complaining, do something about it instead. So instead of being that, using that unsatisfaction in a way of just complaining more, take the unsatisfaction and make it to be some kind of hunger to actually make you take action and change whatever the situation that you're not satisfied is. For instance, if it's that you're not satisfied at work, if it's something that work can actually change, try to bring it up. Try to tell your boss that this is not working. If that's not working, try to find something else that you can focus on. If that doesn't work either, maybe it's time to let go and find something else to do. And I feel so, when I don't know how, if you have been, if you have gone through that any time, but I have been, for instance, when you go to the doctor and you see this nurse or doctor that has worked too much and doesn't really feel the purpose of being a doctor or a nurse anymore, and you just feel how sick they are of being there. It's like, my goodness, go somewhere else and do something about it. Try something new. Look forward to something. I mean, if you don't see anything to look forward to while you're there, then try to find something to do afterwards to look forward to, or try to find a way to be, to find back that passion that you had to why you wanted to help people by being a nurse or a doctor. And I do understand there's a lot of pressure, and maybe that also causes the reason to why people lose that passion for things. Because I know myself, I lost that passion of dancing, of being an instructor, because I had the pressure of that being my only income. But once I stopped that, I got my passion back, because then I had another work on the side and I could continue dancing as my passion and didn't have to have the pressure of that being my only income. So there are so many ways you can do it and you can work with it. But instead of being that negative person that it continues just thinking of how unsatisfied you are about something, use that to be a power, to be something that actually moves you to move and actually makes you want to change it. That actually makes you want to take action and move forward and do something else or do something different. Because the thing is that it doesn't matter how much you complain about something in your own life, if you are the only one that is not satisfied. If you just continue nagging, nothing's gonna really happen, nothing better is gonna happen. You have to find a way to get through that and actually become better, or turn it around to something better, or find something else to do, or find another way to do it. So think about it. I mean, what is it that you're unsatisfied today? And what is it that you can actually do to get out of that? What unsatisfying situation can you turn around to make it, to feel that nudge to do something about it? You know, sometimes you get to a point when you're so sick of something that you're like, I can't do this anymore. Then you take next step and actually do something that maybe seems drastic, but it was maybe the only way to get out of there, of that situation. Don't let it go too far. Don't let it get to be something that you actually kind of get sick of. Try to do something about it much earlier. But you have the ability to change whatever thing that you are not satisfied with. And I don't mean that things can change in one day, but you can try to either view it differently, do something about it, talk about it, try to change it in some way. But you have always some way to do something about it. There's always a way, either if you have to get out of that situation. And if you need help, I mean, maybe that's something too, that you're so unsatisfied in something and you get so stuck into something and you don't have, you're like so closed that you can't find the way to get out of it, then you have to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for that hand that drags you out of that hole that you're in. Because that's the thing, that sometimes we're so unsatisfied with a situation that we just keep digging ourselves deeper and deeper into that hole. And then all of a sudden, you're like so down below that there is like, you don't even see the sky. And you have to have someone to drag you out of that. You have to start taking help out of, if it's either books or people or going to inspirational talks, whatever it is that it takes. But you are able to change whatever situation you are in. And I'm telling you this from own experiences, because I know how deep you can go. I know that sometimes we get so stuck into things, and instead of actually doing something about it, or stop concentrating, because sometimes the thing is that there are so little problems that we get stuck in, and those problems actually might not even be such a huge thing. And sometimes the only thing you have to do is to change your perception about things, change the way you're thinking about something. Because, like I said, sometimes we have this picture of how your life should be, or how something should be, or how someone should be. And this is the thing that makes us feel unsatisfied. So maybe it's not the problem, it's not whatever situation you're in that it's wrong. It's probably your way of saying how something should be that is wrong. I'm not saying that it's either right or wrong, but maybe it's that it's not the situation itself that has to be changed. It's the way you see on a certain situation that it has to be changed. You know, I know I have had, for example, a hard time. Uh, I'm very sensitive how people are, and negativity really, for me, that's like very hard for me to handle people that are negative. And I know that's something that I can be very unsatisfied, that has made me unsatisfied in a certain situation, because I can't handle that negativity, because it gets to be too much for me. But instead, when I evaluate the situation itself, is actually, if I turn it around, I say, okay, instead of being unsatisfied about the whole thing, it makes it easier to actually feel sorry for that person, to feel sorry that person is so negative, to feel sorry that that person is going through something that we don't know, and you know it just blows out for everyone else around it, without maybe not even knowing that it actually affects other people. And instead think of how grateful I am for my life, and that I'm a very happy, positive person. So there, like I said, situations are not always, it's not always the situation that has to change. Sometimes it's your perception about things that has to change. But only you know that. Only you can, if you really go deep into yourself, you will find the answer. If it's something that you actually have to change or quit or whatever, or if it's something that this picture that you have, if it's something that you have to change in that picture, in whatever blueprint that you have inside of you that says things are to be in a certain way. Something very normal, for example, that could be that someone is unsatisfied is that I'm single. I mean, the clock is ticking and I'm single and I don't have anyone, and it's gonna be too late to get a family. And why are you not satisfied? Because the picture that we have is that you have to be with someone else, that you have to have a partner, that you have to have children, that you have to be a certain age to be able to have children. And yeah, for instance, for us women, we can't get pregnant whenever. But this is a picture that we have gotten, that it doesn't necessarily need to be true. I mean, the world has too much people already. So it's okay. I mean, I see it this way. There are so many people in the world right now. There are people that get children when they might not be parent potential, if you can say that. There are so many children that have to be adopted. I really don't believe that everyone has to get a family. I don't. I don't believe that you need someone else. And I have talked to you about this before. You don't have to have someone else to feel complete. You are whole and complete as you are. You don't need someone else. But this is the thing, that there are so many pictures of how things should be. And this is the things that actually makes us feel bad, that gives us that unsatisfaction, that makes us feel pressured because I don't have this and that, because I'm getting too old to have a family. But if you really go deep inside, is family something that you really, really want? Or do you have a purpose of doing something without a family? So, what is your perception of yourself? What pictures do you have that makes you feel not satisfied with a certain situation or something happening in your life? Is it the situation that has to be changed and you can do something about it? Or is it the perspective, the picture that you have about it that's actually maybe a bit twisted and you actually can do something about that as well? So think about it. I mean, what is it that you are not satisfied today? What is the next step to take? Is it something that you can change? Is it the situation you can change, or is it your picture about the situation that you can change? The perception of it. So you guys, yeah, I think I feel that these last days I have given you so much questions to answer yourself. And like I said, I think the best way to get somewhere is to actually to write down, what is it that I'm not satisfied with? What is it that I can do to change that situation or whatever it is that you're not satisfied with? Is it, for example, I'm not satisfied with my body? Okay, so what are you doing to change that situation? I mean, if you are overweight and you keep eating crap and not moving, then you have to change yourself, right? Because I mean, start moving. You can do that. You actually don't need to have a gym to be able, or money to be able to get fit. Not at all. You need yourself. I mean, if you're overweight, it's even better because you actually have a lot more to work with. If you're not eating right, then start eating right. I mean, it's actually not that hard, but you just have to take the step to do it. You just have to take the step. You just have to know what you're not satisfied with and move it forward. Do something about it. But you are the one in charge to do something about it. You are capable to do something about it. So, you guys, I wish you all the best. I hope this makes you think about one thing or two that you can actually do about your life to be more satisfied, to be more happy, to enjoy this one life that we have here and now. So, take care, you all, and I talk to you tomorrow. Bye.